Hello, my name is Guillaume Rueg and I'm the Chief Business Officer at Bernard Engine. So today I'm here to introduce you to the main feature of Bernard. So first, who is Bernard? So Bernard is a wide studio production engine. It's studio-centric rather than production-centric. It is deeply linked to all resources, data, and tools of the studio. So what you need to understand, Bernard, is this is kind of a colleague that you will start working with it from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. So he will be there all along the day with you to make sure that you get all the information and you will be connected to everybody and everybody will share the same work. Okay, so one of the main features of Bernard, which is like the heart of Bernard, is the workflow. So I'm gonna share with you directly a Bernard view. So this is Bernard. So I'm not gonna introduce you all the view and things like this, but one of the view which is kind of really important in Bernard is the nodal view, which is there. So this is an example of a view. I could show you other kind of view. So this one is like a compound. I go in it, and there I got the inside of the compound. So there is many kind of tasks. So there is like human task, validation task, script task, and what we do is we describe the workflow, the way you want to work in the company, and then we connect every kind of task or scripts and validation, so people have a path to follow to do their work all along the day. So this is not a data flow, right? It is a workflow, and you can, of course, do whatever you want with it. You can create a lot of tasks like in parallel or connected or whatever. So one thing that is kind of interesting in the workflow is like it changes automatically, meaning that when you finish a task, for instance, this one, there you see a different states. So we've got like 7 states. So let's say I make it in whipped because I'm working on it, and then I change it to done. Then automatically the 2 other tasks will be directly ready to work. And here you can see in the spreadsheet that it changed it automatically. Just to show it back again, I go back to ready, and then I say, okay, it is done. And automatically there you will see that the people like John Doe has got 2 tasks to do, the color board and the model sheet. So, and the thing is, the good thing is everybody shares all the information, meaning that when I'm doing that on my computer, this is connected to all the person connected to the database of the project who has access to the project, and everything is in real time. So this is one of the main features also of Bernard is in comparison of other tools. You don't need to refresh anything. Everything is in real time. So to show it to you, what I will say is I will open another Bernard there. So like here, you see. And let's say I want to change. I'm going to choose my Japanese garden there, which is named here, Japanese garden. And I will call it like French garden. So you see that there is a view of Bernard there, and there is another Bernard there. So let's change it to French garden. Bim, all the people connected have been updated automatically. And then let's change it again to Japanese garden. And here we go. And it's not Japanese, it's Japanese. Sorry. Here we go. I think it's better like this. Or not. Okay, so right now, like I said, this is something which is kind of very cool. It's a bit like in a Google Sheet, so everybody is working together and everything is updating. Of course, you can give access or not to whatever you want, depending on the role of the person and things like this. So one thing which is cool also with Bernard is all the KPI aspects. So for this, I will show you like another Bernard, which is a production of one of our clients. So this is for a car commercial. And here you will see so all the people working on it. There is a lot of tasks and things like this. And what will be interesting for us is the evaluation. So this is kind of a production report at the end of the project. You could also have it during the project if you want. But what you will see there is like you have the bidding, the one that you send to your client. So you estimate that this project with all the shots is gotten, or the asset or whatever you want, is taking like 92 hours. And there you will see like the time the people worked on it, so the time log. So there they spent like 81 hours, so they made some money, which is kind of good for them. And which bring me to the time log. The time log in Bernard is something made automatically, so people don't have to care about it. It will be done automatically when they start Bernard at the beginning of the day, and all the actions they will do in Bernard will be recorded. Like every task they will be working on will have a time log. For instance, if I go on tracking there, you will see there that Nade I worked like 6 hours and 16 minutes on this task. And then you can go like on the other shot and see for everybody who worked on the shot how many times they spent. So for instance, there you can see like Amy worked like 1 minute, 2 minutes. There's a really detailed of whatever you do, and there you get like the time delta between the bidding and the automatic time log. And then you will get all those information like in this sheet, which is the working time view. And then there you can choose like, I don't know, from starting to the 3rd of March till the 30th of April. And there you will get all the information about your crew of what they did. So for instance, there you can see that this person arrived like at 8:43. She finished at 7:40 in the evening, and then she spent a lot of times in presence, in time log. And what it does, it calculates for you the overtime, and there is plenty of option to manage the day duration of your work and things like this. And also in the KPI, one thing which is kind of interesting is like to follow what's happening on with your team. You have like the whip task, which show you in real time who is working on what. So right now I know that Slim is working on this shot on this show, and there is many kind of show there you can see, and a lot of people working around in real time. So this is what's happening right now, and you can even see when there is some error. So you have your text who can fix it right away. And if I select there, and I can go, for instance, like there and see, okay, what's happening on this shot. I see that there is an issue in the combat plate. So let's have a look in the log and then see what's happening there. Okay. Here is another great feature about Bernard. This is the Gantt and workload view. In those two views, you will be able to schedule your team for the assets, shots, anything you have to schedule, all the tasks you want to assign to your people. And one of the great things is that this is connected to the workflow, meaning that when you assign something to a person, it will be also directly in the schedule, and then you will be able to see how many hours you assign to the people, and you will see everything in real time, meaning that, for instance, there is the color board, so which is the task which is there. Right now it's in done. If I go to, okay, let's change it to, it is in whip. So there you see in the workflow and here in the Gantt, it will be changed. Another thing is, so just so you understand, here you will have all, so the task that you assign to your project. So this is one project, but then you've got other projects. If you go down, so you got the demo, the VFX, and there is the animation project with everything in it. There you will see all the people with the hours they have assigned for each day, like the 9th of May, John Doe, I've got 5 hours. And then if you want, you can expand it and see all the tasks. So this is really great because you've got a schedule which is connected in real time to everything happening in the production. And one of the great things also is that you can, like when you've got a workflow and you want to plan it, like you got the design as like 12 hours of bidding, Collabot 15 hours of bidding, and then you say, okay, you know what, I want to schedule everything at once. So I'm gonna take this one, art, and I want to schedule from there, and I would say plan it there. And then it will plan it, take a little bit of time. Here we go. So what it did, it just took all the tasks with the bidding time and he affected to the number of days following all the tasks because they are connected and there is an order, so they will follow the order of it. Another thing which is kind of interesting is that Burner is open to any kind of things. You can do some scripting all around. Like I said earlier, if I go back in my workflow there and I go into the modeling, you can create scripts like to do rendering turntable, and then here you can write your script to do whatever you have to do with it. Also you can manage files like the naming convention, like the versioning, to do it everything automatically. So if I go like in the path edit there, you will see all the path there with where the files will be saved, and then you can work with the name of it, and you can also work with like the location, meaning if it is locally, if it is on a server, if it is on another like server in the world all around, like an SFTP or a cloud or any kind of thing. And also you've got for this kind of thing, you can choose which platform you use, like Linux, like Windows, and like other kind, and then you will have to change to make it work for any kind of thing you want to work. Okay, and also what's interesting in Bernard is all the quality part. So, for example, there, if I go on a task, on a special task, so let's say I want to go back like into my nodal view, and I will choose one task, which is, let's say, the design. Here I can add any kind of an instruction. So perhaps I will choose another project where there is already some instruction. I guess this one has got some. Into design, instruction. So yeah, here you will see some instruction, and I can add any kind of instruction, or I can change the one I've got. And let's say I want to add any kind of thing, I can write it, I can make it checkable, like, okay, I add one, I want whatever I want, I can drag and drop any kind of picture to add it, and it will change it. Also, you will have like the notes where you can add retakes. For instance, there you got one retake. I can show it to you perhaps there, which will be more appealing to understand. If I go back to my project there, and then if I go to this, okay, to this video, so let's launch this video, sorry. So here we go, so we've got something, and then we say, okay, this is nice, but I don't like the back of the car, and perhaps there you have to change something. And okay, let's move a little bit further before, and there I don't like that as well. And okay, I'm gonna now add like a retake, a correction, and I can choose what kind of correction it is. I can add any kind of correction I want. There is 4, but I can add as many as I want. And also, if I don't want to make it like a correction, a retake, I can just make it a normal note. There I can choose which kind of task we are speaking about. Right now this is only a tracking task, but it could have been like modeling, lighting, texturing, any kind of thing like this. And I just add any kind of comment. I said okay, and what's gonna happen right now is if I go here in my notes, you will see that there is my new retake which is there, and then you can see the picture with the comments, who put the comments, what frame was it, when, what day, and these kind of things. So that's one of the things. And also you will find here in Berna the notification, meaning that every time somebody is doing something about your work or where you are connected to, then you will have something written there, and if you click on it, it will direct you directly to the place where the work has to be done. So yes, and then finally also we've got about the security. So this is an interesting part. you will have an access to who is using Bernard, which computer have an access to Bernard, and you will have the control of it, meaning that you can give an access to one person, like, okay, he's got like the access for going to work, so he will have the ID and the password, but then he will try to install it at his place at his home. But as the computer is not authorized, he will not be able to get access to Bernard. And from there, what you can do also is you can give access to any kind of ordinate computer, but also they will be connected in the place you want them to be connected. Meaning, if they work locally, they will be connected directly to the hard drive of the computer. But then, if you prefer them to be connected to a server inside the company, you can choose there and choose the one you want. And you can add as many as you want, like a SFTP, a NAS, or any kind of things. And yeah, a cloud. And it allows you to give access to people which are not in the same country or in anywhere on the planet. And one thing you have to know is that Bernard is synchronized, meaning that all the server and the place where you want the files to be saved are synchronized all the time. Yes. What else? Another thing that I wanted to speak about is, so also you will find a lot of information in Bernard, like the user guide with a lot of things like about the interface, and we tried to make it like very interactive with a lot of video, so people have an easy access with it. We also makes like a documentation for the API. So we've got an API into Bernard which allow all the developers to get information they need to connect Bernard to softwares and systems, and to work with Bernard and do whatever they want with it. So yeah, I think I've made a quick turnaround of Bernard. I will now give the end to my colleagues, and they will introduce you to user story. So you will have like an artist, a producer, a supervisor using Bernard, and you will perhaps understand a bit better what we can do with this software. So thanks for listening, thanks for your time, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.